3, 2, 1.
Alright.
Yeah, take it away.
Okay. Yeah. So, welcome everyone to Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance HD version for the PS4. Like you see, currently there's an intro playing, and yeah, I will set everything up now to start my speedrun. My name is also Zaxion6, and I have a commentator called. I forgot my commentator's name. Oh jeez. Good start.
Superb Kings 24.
Thank you very much, Superb Kings 24. Difficult name sometimes, but okay.
First time that people butcher it, but it's
Oh.
so yeah, we're doing Dream Drop Distance HD new game, which is the inferior category in this game.
Subtitle, yes. Okay. Alright. I'm going to count down and then you can start the timer. Okay?
Alright.
Okay. And 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, you're off.
Yep. You can talk about Superb, or do I need to?
Alright, so first fight of the game is weird fill-in plot. Pretty simple on beginner. She can give one of multiple patterns the best pattern.
Okay. Super is falling off sometimes, I guess. Oh jeez. Oh. Okay. So, like you said, she has some patterns. She can summon lightning. She can drive you away. She can grab you, etc. And she has an hot breath or something. So, like you see, her first attack was the grab attack, and that's something we don't want, because we need to always avoid that. So yeah, but for the rest, it's a pretty easy fight to start off with.
Alright, and now we'll be going into our first dive section of the game. Dives in this game, if you've played the other Kingdom Hearts games, it's kind of like your gummy missions. The dives are usually pretty short. I think the longest one might be like 3 minutes.
Something like that, yes.
It's the Country of the Musketeers Riku dive. Pretty sure, but yeah, dive's pretty simple. Our goal is to try and get an A rank on these dives. It's pretty much you have to get a certain amount of points and complete the dive within a certain amount of time. And these A ranks in the future will lead us to get a Keyblade called Dive Wing, which gives us a magic upgrade at the very end of the game.
Okay, nice. So yeah, at a certain, when you meet the requirement, the portal opens up. Also, if you don't meet the requirement, you fail the dive mission and you need to try it again. And I got silver. Oh jeez, great start.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I had to not that many points, so no worries about it. I don't mind for sure. I don't mind not having that Keyblade, because when you get that Keyblade, for sure you only have one more boss to go. So it's more for the other story character, Riku. So yeah.
Okay, so this beginning portion of the game in Traverse Town.
Yep.
And so for this first tutorial, actually, it's the first one, but for this battle tutorial, we view it and then we skip out. It just allows us to exit it, and oh, you're not doing that.
I told you I'd taken a
You went
different
into
route.
it. I was confused. All right, forget that. So looks like Zax is gonna do the fight. Gets to level 2, which is a strength increase. All I know is that doing what I was talking about saves like a few seconds, so no big deal. No big deal.
Yeah, I'm taking the not so risky way of things. Certainly for the marathon.
We're gonna make our first Dream Eater of the run, which is just Meow Wow. Just gives us a lot of Xboxes and shows us how spirits work in this game. It's pretty much you get pretty much you played other games. It's like synthesizing
Oh, green eyes.
first and what he was just talking about. So for this new game category, the most optimal thing is to get blue eyes. Well, it gives you the right abilities for blue eyes. So since he got green eyes, he has to like tinker with the spirit a bit to make it change eyes.
Yep. Each Dream Eater has 4 colors of eyes, and each color represents a sort job that he has and the sort of spells and attacks he or she can cast. So now I'm opening abilities. So you have 2 different kinds of abilities. You have abilities that are permanent, that will stay for you even if you change your companions. But you have also abilities that change when you, that unequip or equips when you change the companions. But for the speedrun, you don't change companions. Okay. In the meantime, I'm getting the dice with Riku currently.
So in this game, you're able to play as both Sora and Riku, hence the whole gimmick of dropping, which is just the fact that you can switch back and forth between Sora and Riku pretty much at will. And then we'll be introduced to the drop gauge, which is pretty much a time.
Yep, which is actually a time based. Yeah, okay, I say time based bar. So after a while, when it's empty, you need to change characters. Also, to progress story, we change characters for it.
There's no point in the run where we have we drop voluntarily, like every single time. Just to, we usually finish each set of worlds and with a lot of time.
True. Superb, to be honest, you have mic issues currently. You're dropping sometimes out. Just saying. So you're aware of it. So, for now, we get a new recipe to make a new creature. That will be the Komari bat. Okay. Ooh, that lag.
Each.
Yellow eyes, okay, that's Wingman. That's also not that helpful. So next is again a story, actually a tutorial battle. They will explain to you how you can link with your spirits or companions. Normally, the most people exit it, but I'm doing it currently because I'm using another strat. Nope. Nope. Come on.
So,
nope.
our optimal way of movement in this game is what he's doing in this fight right now when he's spinning on the poles and stuff.
Come on.
It's unique to this game, or at least it was first. It was a first gameplay element in this game, and it just provides us with some
nice,
okay. Fluid movement. But in the New Game Plus category of this game, Sora gets an ability called Super Glide, and that just limits his need for full motion.
Yep, true that.
And the difference between if you're wondering what the difference between New Game and New Game Plus, New Game Plus is pretty much you make, I don't even remember how many, but you make a certain amount of spirits before the run, like you put them on a separate file, and then you load them in. You get their abilities pretty early in the game, and that's when you get the Balloon Rest spell.
Okay, never mind. Okay, my plan didn't went like it should be. Jeez Louise.
Now we're back on Sora.
Yep.
For this section of the game, and this is gonna be like we're gonna get a few chests. And we get these items to sell for.
True. Nope. Still nothing. Okay. Also. Oh, really? Really, mate? Starting to work on my notes. Thank you. Okay. Like you see, I've fought some battles. Normally we don't fight that much, except bosses and battles that are required. Story progression battles. But I will be doing this to get magic level 1. So when you drop, you can choose between different bonuses for the next character. And based on the amount of droplets you pick up, those are those purple tiers that you see, you can buy upgrades. This can be magic upgrades, this can be damage upgrades, movement speed not, but drop deceleration, so it continues. So I'm currently farming a little bit for these droplets, so that I have magic level 1 for Riku. But like I said, we normally don't do that. This is all safety measure. Also, one important thing: if you ever want to try this as a speedrun, it's an RG based game, very RG based. Let me say it that way. Like I said, the ice on your partners is RNG. The items you get, the drops are RNG. The days are RNG. Days I will explain later. So really, come on. Thank you. So yeah, every world has a day, and based on that, something happens in that world. Enemies can become stronger, or your magic becomes stronger, or there are special items in the shops, and so it continues. And yes, I play on PS4 currently. I'm currently on the PS4. So this game exists on 3DS and PS4, but optimal is PS4 because it is of course faster. 17 droplets. Ugh. Okay, that means I need to farm. And now it's RNG based again. like I said. Very RNG based. I'm only getting money, which is not that good. Normally if I don't leave Traverse Stone as Sora before the 30-minute mark, then I'm in really bad shape. So yeah, now it's just a bit of yeah, sadly enough farming until I have enough droplets to continue. Yeah, 34, perfect. So for the magic, I'm always going to pick magic boost, and when I unlock a drop accelerator, also drop accelerator. That means I need for the first one. Give me a sec. I need 30 droplets. Yeah, I can make it. Perfect. And because I have 13 droplets, 30 droplets, I can buy that upgrade for Rico when I drop out. Okay, blue eyes sheep. Okay, that's Mumbler. Okay, that's good. So now I'm making a sheep, like you see. This sheep is also an important part of the team. Otherwise I won't make it, to be honest. And now we change the party, so you go there, and you go there. Voila.
Yeah, the sheep is the last spirit we make in this room. So we won't be seeing any synthesizing anywhere else in the run.
Okay.
We just keep these 3 basic spirits the whole course of the run.
Yep. What I'm trying to do now is to get the blue eyes on my Meow Wow. If it doesn't succeed, yep, it doesn't succeed. Okay, enough. I'm not going to waste more time. During the earlier race, I also had bad eyes and it took me a while to get it. So okay, and now we are selling all our stuff except, in my case, Blizzard and Balloon. And the water barrel, of course.
So yeah, here comes the most, probably the most boring part of the run. This is called water barrel grinding. It's pretty much, there's this mini game where in the 3DS it was a mandatory like 1 minute mini game, and you can skip it. But the PS4 version decided to bless us with the feature to exit out of the game, and we can get the points that come with it. So it's way shorter than it was in the 3DS version, but it's still kind of, not a lot going on. We get these points to get these abilities that the tutorial told us about.
True that. So yeah, now we are sticking, I guess, at least 3 to 4 minutes hearing the music going on and off. And that is in the DDD OST, the best song? Tell me.
Back on the randomness we were talking about earlier.
Also, the points that you get are also random. The amount of points, they will change every time, so it's not at a set point. For example, you have that much score, you get so many points. Nope. Oh, has it another team than in this game? because I played the 3D version also, but I don't remember it anymore. So almost done. 2 more barrels, by the way. Ugh. 14 LP for the sheep. Terrible. Okay, menu. Ability links. Now we are going to get some abilities.
The biggest things to get from these abilities are the magic haste and the magic boost, since most of the run is going to be using magic.
Yep,
So
true
whatever it is, whatever we need to strengthen our magic is
Indeed. That's correct. Which one is this? Magic case? No, water skin, okay. Another one deal. Something. Let me see. Okay, that's it for now. So I'm going to check my abilities, how much I can get from everything. One, okay. You see, I need. I have two, certainly less than efficient, but okay. It's better that than nothing. And let's go. Now we are going to enter the boss. And I forgot to change my abilities. Oh, wow. Beginner faults. Interesting. I'm only with Blizzard currently. Luckily I'm leveled up a little bit. But it will take longer.
Ooh, that sucks.
That sucks indeed. Those are really beginner mistakes. I'm just kinda too nervous.
So when he flung the boss Pokemon, he used a reality shift. Each world has a unique reality shift. It's like this small mini game you use to hit enemies or pretty much do whatever movement. And we're gonna see a lot of unique ones throughout the run.
True. Oh, come on. At least I did change my party at some reason. I also forgot I did all my commands, but I forgot to change my party one time. So I was stuck with the Meow only. That's also not a fun thing to do. Okay.
So since we beat the Traverse Town boss, the first ring of worlds is going to be available to us, and we'll have the choice of the Hunchback of Notre Dame world, the Grid from Tron, and Prince's Paradise. And I believe we will be going to Prankster's Paradise first, just to do the dive. And we do this because Prankster's Paradise, getting an A on the Prankster's Paradise dive gets us Balloonra, which is very superior to a regular balloon. And Balloon is just overpowered in this game because Square decided not to make this game balance.
True. Also, Balloon Ra. Balloon is okay. Balloon Ra is the best, but Balloon Ga is worst. Strange enough, the upgrade from Balloon Ra is never seen in a speedrun, I guess. Also, sorry for the lag, guys, but it's not my usual thing to stream to, so that happens if you're from the EU. Okay, let's continue.
Yeah, we're gonna finish the dive and then skip a few cutscenes, and then we're gonna be right out of there because there's a safe point right when we get in. So it's just gotta be there and be gone just to get the item, or just to get balloon route. And the thing is, we'll get a balloon route, and then we'll like when you're able to customize both Sora and Riku's command. We save some time by giving Sora and Riku spells in the menus.
True. So what he said, but because you again microphone delay, microphone went out for a sec. What he meant is you can do the menus of Sora and Riku at the same time. So you don't need if you want, for example, now I want to do Riku's abilities, then how can I say it correctly? I don't need to drop out, so you can all do it, except for your party members. Those you must change value Sora or Riku for them. But okay. In the meantime, we are at Brawl Lamari. He is one of the 5 dive bosses. So yeah, this one is pretty easy.
Yeah, the thing with these dive bosses is that Sora and Riku fight each dive boss once at different portions of the game. So for example, we have Sora doing Brawlamari right now, and then Riku fights Brawlamari again near the end of the game for his Country of the Musketeers dive. And the second time you fight each dive boss, they have...
Yep. Good, that's good.
Brawlamari 1 is consistent pretty much 100% of the time.
Yep. Unless you whiff a lot with your Keyblade. That can happen. If it doesn't want to make combos, that happens sometimes. Now we are on the grid. The road of Tron... The new Tron movie, let me say it that way. Not the old one, but the new one. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, going there.
The reason why we go to the grid now is
Really?
we get a balloon rud chest near the end of the world, and we're just going there with Sora, get the chest, and then I believe we're just gonna drop to Riku right after we get it. Sora doesn't have to do any worst fights other than the boss, so we can kind of just use our flow motion to...
True. Just bypass everything and everyone currently, so... Counter rush we got to equip and use it, but we don't use it, so... Or... unless you go in the damage based style. I did it once, so my very first speedrun was full AD. And not magic, because, yeah, wanted to try something different. But yeah, Balloon are OP. Alright, now we are in train. Here we will find the chest. Or second Balloon era. Also be careful with those cannons, because they can really do a lot of damage on you. So... And this minigame, you just need to press the button in front of the words or the letters sometimes, And if you press wrong, you have 3 chances. If you press wrong, you're going to be penalized. Okay.
Those guns are uber powerful.
Yeah, they are a bit
Goose
of
grid.
let me see. Balloon, 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 here. Same here. Only balloon. One balloon first.
I don't know if it reality shift, but in this game, doing reality shift is you have to hold triangle and circle. No, X, triangle and something. I don't know what. But the triangle is the main point.
Triangle and circle.
Triangle and circle.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. And so most of the times the game is going to eat one of your commands because unless you like time it perfectly, because you have to hit triangle, and you know triangle is your command button. So just kind of crappy game design.
Not really eat it up. It's just because you're faced to something else mostly. For me, for my part. I never had it that my input was eaten or something, so it's just because I was focused on an enemy or something that I couldn't do reality shifts on something else. Like you see, I'm trying for the blue eyes again, currently. 3 ties and that's it. Then I'm going out.
For this fight, pretty easy. The enemies and especially the Meow Wows don't go right out of your way, where the balloon res don't hit them, and you're out of flow-mo range.
Oh, someone left. Okay. That instead of HP, sometimes you also unlock new drop bonuses. So when you defeat certain bosses or certain battles. Alright. Thank you. Okay. We're skipping a lot of the game currently. You can skip a lot of sideways or ways you need to go, but you find a shorter route, for example. Really? Come on. Thank you. Nope. Bad RNG. $32, that's almost perfect. I need to go to 40 now with my droplets, because I'm going to get drops decelerate with Sora, or for Sora at least. Okay. Okay, that should be enough. Let me finish those guys off so I can see. Thank you. Oh. Thank you. 38, okay. Oh. No worries. We still have a battle ahead of us, so. Now we come to Hoko Monkey 2. So some bosses have a copy of themselves, like we said for the dives. Also in the worlds you have sometimes have that, a different version.
So this Taco Monkey fight is it's pretty harder than the first one for the most part, just because of the room you're in. Uh, if you're using balloon road, the odds that it hits the trees that are in the room are pretty high. That was actually a good fight. Good job. But yeah, sometimes you can accidentally.
Still dropping out with your mic. Just saying. So, also after you completed the world with both characters, you get additional cutscenes after you finished it. Mostly about what happened or is going on in the outside worlds. So, outside the dream worlds. So yeah. Now we are coming to a second dive boss. This is Queen Butterfly. So she starts with a sting attack normally. Yep. And then she will command her little creatures to attack me. Oh, and then they are dropping down. And then you need to attack them. Otherwise you can't hurt them. And you will only hurt yourself. Missing one. Yep, missing one. Like I thought.
Yeah, both Queen Butterfly fights, this one and the
Oh really? Come on!
Later, are probably the hardest bosses in the game, and they're
I'm going to play it safe now.
especially just going fast.
Really? Double hit. Okay, two cycle, gay. They gave me a she gave me a bad pattern. She really gave me a bad pattern there.
Is that a B rank, probably?
Even worse, I guess. Yeah, silver.
So when we hop into the world, we're gonna equip our new Keyblade skull noise that we got from Traverse Town. It's just better. I think it's better both strength and magic wise. So there's no reason to not. Yeah.
True.
There are some Keyblades we get from some worlds that. Here, for example, I believe that's the one you get from Riku's Princess Paradise, and we never use that one, so
Yep.
it's not like other games where we just equip.
Also, very important, we always touch that save point, because later on we need to go back to the cathedral, and the save point is the fastest way through the world map. So if you don't yeah.
Since the loading times in this game are pretty fast, it's way optimal, or way more optimal to do these save warps. So now we're kind of from Wargoyle with Riku. This is just all movement based, full motion based for the most part. Just seeing if you can get the right
True. Let me see if it works this time. Yes! Nice. One go. Let's go. So here we get Sonic Impact. So also something I'm not going to equip because I don't need it currently. But yeah, here like I said, we're going back to the world map. And then we enter the world again in the town where we hit that save healing point. So yeah.
Yeah, this saves all the time from pretty much going across that bridge that we went on in that second area. So it's a lot of time, especially when you're just going through it.
Also, this is not world record pace. I'm certainly 10 to 15 minutes behind world record already. So don't expect me to get world record. Really? Come on. Okay.
Okay, so this is Riku's
Oh,
warlord
jeez.
fight. You just fight him in the air, kind of just bullet and spam. Pretty good damage, and in this fight you.
Don't forget, I don't have magic case and that sort of stuff, but still, got him. How come? Oh no, I'm 1.0. Okay, no worries. Okay, that was Wargol. So we are continuing to the next world with Riku, and we get the Guardian Bell, the key that we're going to equip until the next Ring of Worlds. So yeah, but first we are going into the grid. This one is this one is the worst of one of the worst dives ever. But we found a trick to it. You just need to keep low the entire time, except for that part, and then you can just bypass everything. Because you need one prize, and you get it at the end of the road. So yeah.
So once we get into the grid, we're gonna be thrown into a mini game pretty much straight away. It's the light cycle mini game, and it's, in my opinion, even more boring than water barrels because all you do is mash square. But it's like avoid the other light cycles. Try not to get hit a lot, and then try timing your square presses to go fast. It's just it's a bad part of the game in my opinion.
I find it interesting, but like you said, to be fast you need to mash square until the last part of it. You will see what I mean with last parts. So people who don't like turbo, just a warning. You're going to be seeing this for at least 2 minutes, if it's not more.
Basically, you don't have to kill anything in this mini game, even though most of the time you're just gonna accidentally kill some other cycles anyway. I'm pretty sure it's just off of.
Yeah, but the best thing is to kill them, because if they, certainly the motorcycles, because if they can hit you with that thing behind, and then you can't boost anymore, or you need to get out of the way. So that's why I try to defeat them always. But that's not easy with always pressing the square button. changing modes. So yeah. Okay, second round. There are 2 rounds you need to complete before we enter the final thing in this light cycle.
Yeah, after this first.
Yep, okay. Second part.
And it's Comantus, which is going to be Riku's boss of this world, where you just, take down the health bar. The beams of light do a lot of damage as well as your bullets, so it's not that long of a fight, but he can give you pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay,
You can see how
double.
much damage the beams do.
Okay, I got a really good pattern. Got lucky.
Nice. That's probably the best pattern you can get. So, it's good.
True. Alright.
Alright, after these cutscenes, we're gonna equip Guardian Belt, which is like Zek said not so long ago. It's gonna be a Keyblade we use for a large part of the game due to its large magic stat, or at least larger magic stat compared to other Keyblades that we get.
True. And I just found a problem. Unbelievable. There.
Alright, so we're being thrown into a forced fight here. Balloon spam. Nothing really special. These enemies kind of suck though. Sometimes you can get stunned. Sometimes enemies don't want to die. And sometimes your regular balloon spells don't want to hit, or like they're extremely picky with hit detection if your basic balloon spell wants to go off or not. So this fight's pretty, I don't want to say difficult, but it's pretty inconsistent on New Game, at least.
Still too low. Wow. Thank you. So yeah, so now we are going straight to the section where we fight the boss. But to get there, we need to find a train first to bring us there.
So pretty much Riku's gimmick of this world is just using reality shift on.
Really? Thank you. Sorry. Was getting on my nerves.
Kind of simple. I mean, this first gun is pretty consistent, but when you get to the next couple guns, it's a little more difficult because there's a lot more enemies around them, and sometimes the game doesn't let you like lock onto the guns for reality shifts.
Yeah. The easiest way to lock on to the cannons is just hit them once. That's mostly my. If I don't count lock on to them, or the enemy is too close, or I need to. Okay, nice. Let's lock onto it. Triangle. Easy pattern every time. I'm going to do something first. Nope. You and you. Okay, now we continue. Come on. Inside, thank you.
So now in this section, we kind of have a more difficult flow motion with Riku, like getting through that door, and then there's the next room is difficult because you have to go up all these stairs, and the most optimal way is to flow-mo off all the rails, and you can get through the room with.
Now we are on the way to the end boss of this world. For Riko's side, that is.
Yeah, overcast in this world or no?
Nope, no overcast.
Right, so I might as well just explain overcast at this point. So this game, the worlds that you go to, they kind of run off of what I guess the game calls weather, and there's many different like conditions. Overcast being the most, well, at least a new game bargain player is important, but in general, overcast is more important because it's I believe it's a 20% increase in magic for that world. So obviously with a balloon, that's going to be extremely useful. And weather in this game is random, and so the difference between like a low record pace run and a bad run can be determined by overcast luck.
True.
Worlds are better for overcast than others. For example, Riku Grid is, in my opinion, one of the most important.
And that's the end of this boss. So what you needed to do with that boss is also that code minigame. If you fail that code minigame, it will regain health back to the before the last code game. So you need to do it 3 times. If you fail it, for example, in the last section, it will go back to health when he started the 3rd section. So, yeah. Okay, now we go to Prankster's Paradise, aka Monstro in Riku. I'm going to take this slowly. Oh jeez. That's RNG.
So Riku's Prankster's Paradise is one of the shorter worlds in the game, but the boss can be extremely annoying with that.
Without the overcost, you mean? Alright. Yeah, I think this. So yeah, now story-wise we need to go find Pinocchio, and when we find Pinocchio, the boss will appear somewhere in Monster, and you need to fight off the boss, and that's it. So like my partner said, let me say that way because I forgot his name again. Yeah, it's a short world, this one. Also, I'm going to try a backup strat, just to be sure. I hate to do this, but come on, up. So I pick up that item to sell later. It says it gives me 500 gold to sell that. So that's for in case I need it. Let me see again. 45. Okay, 54. Sorry, 45 was also good. Okay, really, this way. Thank you. Okay, next fight. Okay, let me see if I can do it without him going on a rampage. And don't have the weather cost that gives me better magic.
Yeah, this boss sucks just because he can go literally like to the other side of the arena. You have to follow back to where he is because your balloon res don't go where your balloon res don't go that far.
Yep.
So you have to get closer to him.
Okay, I'm lucky at that point. Come on. Ah, I'm so unlucky now. Okay. Never mind. We got him. So like you see, he went into hyper mode, let me say it that way. So he went really fast and that sort of shizzle the dizzle. So yeah, and that can be quite annoying, certainly for 2 speedrun.
I mean, that fight was better than what I had in the race earlier. So get that going for you.
Yeah, without overcast and a third magic boost. And 2 magic ace less. I'm going to drop now. Drop decelerator and magic gain. Okay. So we are back at Sora. And to be honest, I'm really lucky with the Rico fights. Because at the end of Char, I saw I didn't have had Cure installed. So, yeah. So, healing my allies first. So now we go to the end of this world, but we leave this world just before we fight the boss. So we just use the save point to warp out of here. And go to the Hunchback world.
Yeah, we could do the boss here right now, but we're just not. Like, we can always be stronger, and we can use the Keyblade from. We can use Guardian Belt from the Hunchback of Notre Dame world, which is, you know, the magic boost, so it makes Rinsler a faster fighter.
True. Really? Why did you lock on to that? Well, never mind. Then. Oh my god, this is not my marathon. Okay.
So when we go into the world, we're gonna be thrown into a forced fight, and I believe this will be the first showing of dual links in this game, which is just like a more powerful attack you can do with your spirits. So your spirits have this pink bar on the right side of the screen under their health. It's called the link gauge, and when
If I can pull it off the link gauge, that is the question.
the one we use, I think the only
Nope.
dual link we use is
I can't use it, sorry. No link.
really close though. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, I saw it. Entire Hunchback world with Rico without the sheep is terrible. I hope. Oh, come on. So we're doing this the normal way then. Really, roots. Okay. Really, come on, faster. Okay, on top.
Is that movement faster? I've never seen anyone done that.
I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know.
I don't do that. I just go through the door and the stairs.
I wanted to make it special. But okay. Next time we'll do it. Do you know what time I have currently? Or someone in chat? Can someone type the time because I paused the Twitch video Maybe for better stream quality.
So this fight coming up with Sora, it's forced and it sucks. So pretty much you have to kill.
Come
these
here,
flowers.
you stupid flower!
And so there's baby flowers, and then there's like the big flower. Jesus, that one is going. Oh my lord, I've never seen that bad look before. So you have to kill the big flowers to move on, and there's 3 big flowers. And
Okay.
so the best way to do this is to stun them and stagger them with balloons. And flow between each flower.
Okay, thank you guys, by the way. Thank you for the info. For about the times. About my time.
Fight actually has a decent chance of killing you because each of the flowers can you, and then it just decreases your health like in any other RPG.
Yep,
And
poison.
yeah,
So yeah. Nice. So yeah, now we are just making our way to where yeah, to the place we need to be, I guess. So now we take another route than Riku one, than Riku's story. Each story has their own paths, so some paths are the same that you both can cross, but some are really different, and someone else can't access that one or some. So yeah. Really, come on.
so we just
Yeah, that's better.
boss is shortly after.
15. Bah. Also, this goo will increase your time and also lets you know how it feels to be drunk. So yeah, like you see.
So they like kind of show you that like that you should kill the jars with the goop, but you don't actually need to.
True.
It's because you can flomo right over the gap, and you know you'll just have like a minimal increase in drop gauge, but nothing too significant where it leads to dangerous situations of
True.
dropping.
It's even
nowhere.
it's even on G if you get when you get that increase, but sometimes you get that increase directly when you step even 1 foot in it, and sometimes you never get it. For example, see, now I got it too. While in my race I didn't got it, not both of them. So yeah, really, come on, thank you. 17. That sounds good. All right.
So now we're going in Sora's Wargoyle fight, and unlike Riku, it's on the ground. Wargoyle he can be very aggressive. His attacks, he can like punch, he can whip his tail around, and he can stun you a decent amount. So this balloon does pretty good damage. pretty easy fight for the most part. Just hopefully you don't get stun locked by anything you can do. And in this game, if you try using a command and you get hit, your command doesn't go off and it has to recharge. So timing your balloons is important in every fight.
True that, true that, true that. Mostly it's because there is an animation beforehand. Like Balloon, he pops his Keyblade in the air, and I just okay. And because of that, during that stun, while he raises his Keyblade in his hand, the command will can get back on cooldown. But if you want to press it, for example, and you get kicked out of it beforehand, or when you can't press the triangle, it won't reload. It's a really strange thing sometimes. Okay, now we go back to Prankster Paradise. Perfect movement for once.
We do Prankster's Paradise before fighting Rinsler because we gain a lot of levels in this world due to like 2 forced fights that you have to do. And since you're still under leveled for the game standards, you get a lot of EXP. And this just leads us to getting more boosts for Rinsler.
And I'm ice. Not anymore. Wait. Thank you. Okay, I need to do. Okay, nice. Okay, Carper. Okay, doing this, doing this. Stop block. And that magic haste. Haste. And this spark to sell later on. Yeah, that's it. So why I went back to my companions is they had 0 hearts, and I don't know if it's true, but I think when your companions are at 0 hearts, 0 loyalty, I call that, and they won't cast that many spells or won't attack that much, because they will just get mumbling in themselves, and you will see a sort of a text balloon above their head that they're not happy with you. So they will start doing nothing instead. So patting them sometimes can be helpful. Okay, that was interesting. That was lag for my part. come on. Really? So high.
Alright, so the gimmick of this force fight is that there are these 3 trampolines in the arena, and the enemies can
They can bounce on it, and you take damage for when they bounce high. It's also the other way around. If I bounce, they take damage. And even stay in the air, which is not that great. Oh jeez. I got zero magnet and the only enemy is stunned. Interesting. This is not good. But okay. We're out of that fight at least. High jump.
Yeah, some enemies in this game have abilities to stun you, whether it's using zero gravity like what the bat was doing, or whether it just has you stunned on the ground where you can't move and use commands for a certain amount of time, and it just gets annoying really quick.
True. And I forgot still something. I forgot to switch my keyblade. Interesting, like usual. Luckily I saw it before the boss, otherwise it would be really bad. Really? Oh.
Alright, so now we're on the way to the boss, Sora's boss for this world, and Sora has to go through the ocean floor in his portion of the world, which has more a slower movement because, you know, water physics and all, but
$35. Should be enough. Oh jeez! Oh shit, I hit the loading zone for the screen. That's been a while ago. Normally you can skip that, but yeah, not today.
at a little cutscene, you just don't land on the ground. You just keep flow motioning off the
Indeed.
play to another area, and it's in the office with Sora. If you hit the ground, there's like this little unskippable cutscene, but we never trigger that in a run unless you're really unlucky.
Yeah, totally me. Yeah, it's totally not a marathon for me today. My race went decent, but this is really awful currently.
Where's Lobster Boss? The terrain, like there's a bunch of these uneven, and sometimes he likes to fly away.
Yep, but
and surprisingly in this fight, he can kill your spirits pretty easily. So you gotta watch out for that. If your spirits die, I believe you have 30 seconds to
Yep.
revive them. Otherwise, they are gone forever, and they leave behind like one synth item.
True. Okay, nice.
This Lebster has a but he doesn't move. This boss fight's unique, where you don't have.
That we didn't hear again. You don't have.
You don't have to get the health.
Oh, okay. Well,
You can have an entire health bar left and he'll act.
true. Okay. And that's lobster.
Where are they?
Mike just got out again. Now we are going to fight Rinsel. It's the only thing we need to do here. Ow, died attack. I'm going to jam his attack, so he can't attack me, and also can't change the gravity.
Main gimmick for this fight is that Renzo has the ability to turn the room upside down.
Which he will do soon enough, because he's not low enough to not do it. Yeah, no, not yet. Okay, never mind, he didn't do it.
Alright, so after
And you're caught out again, mate.
we go back to Traverse Town for another visit for both characters. We're staying on Sora, and Sora has a difficult boss fight in this world, so hopefully it goes well. You can die pretty easily to it, like I did in the race earlier, so hopefully that doesn't happen.
I hope so too. It doesn't happen. Going to heal first.
And we'll be able to use
So after this first fight, we're off to fight a sort of reproduction of three enemies, of three bosses we already fought. Two will be Sora's, two bosses will be from Sora's part, and one will be from Riku's part. So let's see, 44. Yeah, that's perfect.
If you touch the save point at the beginning of the game with Sora and Traverse Town, you can do another save warp. The first district, which I think saves a few seconds when you're going to the boss.
Where do you use the save orb then? You mean then in the post office or?
So when you go in the post office on the way to the boss, you can save warp.
Is that even possible?
Hmm?
Is that possible because you actually entered a new world, huh? To say it that way?
Well, yeah, like, yeah, you know, like when you go after Ursa, when you go in, there's a save point.
I know. I didn't know it would work because you entered this world for a sort of new time, so. Alright.
Yeah, this fight, it's Pokemonkey, Wargoyle, and now the Labs. Especially during that was a good fight, by the way. Especially during the Wargoyle portion, where his attacks can like pretty much cover the entire.
Also, once again. Okay. We can't advance with Sora because we need to do Riku's Travis Star 2 first. Otherwise the next ring of worlds won't open up for us.
In this world, Riku doesn't really have a boss per se. It's just a group of the same type of enemies, and they give a lot of experience. So you're able to gain like levels during this one fight.
True.
So it's a good way to stack experience.
And I blew it. Thank you. Thank you. Alright.
these enemies do have a chance of stunning you. They have an attack that leaves you incapacitated for a bit, but it's kind of avoidable since these enemies like to group up and you're able to get a lot of damage in really quickly. So this fight's pretty easy. It's a good fight, pretty quick, and it's way easier and shorter than Sora's fight and his Traverse Stone too. Alright, so now that both Sora and Riku finished their Traverse Town, the second ring opens with only 2 worlds. We stay on Riku and go to Symphony of Sorcery first, even though it has a higher battle level. And this is because we get a fights and the boss fight doesn't like you could be, I don't know, level 1 critical mode for example, and you can do the same amount of damage. It's kind of a fixed damage, so you don't do a lot in Symphony of Sorcery. You just go around doing the reality shifts. Best music in the game, in my opinion.
Not mine.
It's a nice, relaxing world for the most part.
Alright, guys. Listen carefully and don't fall asleep.
So obviously this world is based off Fantasia, and Riku gets the Nutcracker Suite, and I guess Night on Bone if you count the boss, but this reality shift pretty much is kind of like, I don't know, guitar. We usually skip the last button press or the last input of each reality shift because once you do the reality shift, there's a bunch of fireworks that go off, and doing one less input leads to there being less fireworks, so you save a little bit of time for each reality shift you do. So we're getting these chests. First, we got the Zero Graviza chest, I believe, and we use that in Country of the Musketeers on both characters. And then we got the elixir chest to use with Sora for his Country of the Musketeers.
Ah.
So yeah, even though the game wants us to go, or they wanted us to go up the left Flomo rail, we were able to Flomo over it and do a little sequence break. Now we're going into the boss of this world. It's Chernobog. It's set up as like a die, pretty much, and it's 3 hits and you win. It's difficulty in this fight is just avoiding all his attacks. He can do fire pillars like he does at the start of the fight. He throws meteors, which can be easily avoided for the most part. And the second phase and beyond, he can summon these ghost spirits or something, and they can latch on you and drain your HP.
Where the third wave drains more than the second one. Ow, getting hit there.
Yeah, the third phase is definitely the hardest phase because he does pretty much every attack out once. He has the in this fight, possible to not get hit at all, but it's pretty difficult, and you just need to manage your HP well so that spirits don't drain all of it. Which is the strong magic Eaglet I was talking about. It helps us a lot in this next world with Riku. Similar to the first one, obviously he has the 2 orbs on his head that you have to kill, but after you kill both, he goes into a second phase where he gets 4 more orbs, and you have to kill all of them in a similar fashion. When Brawler is doing the his super move with when the rocks come on the screen, if you get hit during any no matter what, he always like folds up.
Really? Thank you. And I forgot something. I really forgot something. Okay, this is the worst RNG in my life currently. Oh, thank you. Backstreets, yes. This close, yes, this way. So what I'm doing now is I'm going back to a world that has the bargain day. So that means that there are extra items for sale. And I need to buy some items.
Yeah, on bargain flurry days in the worlds, balloon respos are available for sale, so that's what we're gonna buy.
Mm-hmm. So we're selling a lot of stuff currently. Then balloon. Wait, how much do I need? 6 and so. Oh jeez Louise. This is terrible. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now let's sell you two. Okay, much better already. Come on, tech. Still no cure. Interesting. Now I'm stacking everything up with Balloonra. So, yeah. Oh, forgot something. And then I'm going to bond my spirits again. Trying to get you to blue eyes, I hope. Okay. True, never enough. Yeah, there we go, blue eyes. Thank you. Thank you, game, finally. Yeah. Open that and do that. Okay, enough. Okay. Then we're going back. After I switch keyblades. Again, can someone tell me my time, please, currently?
Your time is currently 1:48:35.
Okay.
Alright, so in Riku's Country of the Musketeers,
Really?
all he does really is you go after each one of the Beagle Boys. There's 3 of them, and pretty much have to kill them all separately, and then the boss appears shortly after. But sometimes the Beagle Boys can be very aggressive, and they can.
Okay. Need 10 more. Okay. Tomorrow, this is my favorite battle song of the entire game. Same with the world music, so. Oh, really? Just do that. Yep.
So the goop from Sora's Hunchback of Notre Dame world returns here, and I guess for safety, Zex is destroying all the jars to limit the drop gauge, but it's kind of like Source Punch by another downward where you don't.
True.
The importance of the.
Hey, come on. Thank you. And I'm stunned. Interesting. Yeah, this is PlayStation. No worries. Come on. Bah, HP ups, okay. Money, okay. Droplets, nope. On critical, nobody has ever tried it.
Yeah, critical in this game. It's not like critical in KH2 where they give you like perks at the beginning.
Hey, stunt. Okay, that's better. Yeah, that's enough one. Okay. Okay, that's that. I don't think there's a Wii U version of Kingdom Hearts. At least not that I know of. Also, this is holy moly. So, one of the troller bosses. Okay.
So after you defeat all the Beagle Boys, Holy Bully appears right away.
Okay, where is he?
And they disappear by themselves. And when he reappears again, we can stun him and kill him right after. So it's just dumb luck where he spawns, and if you get a good fight because of that.
True. Ooh, 36. This is good.
Alright, so now we are dropping back to Sora to do his worlds in this ring. And unlike Riku, we're actually doing Country of the Musketeers first because Sora.
Ready? Come on. Yeah.
So we make this fight go by. He pretty much does nothing else to you.
Okay. What happened there? Yeah. 24, nice. Sort of it. Let's give it up a help.
Right, so we are about to fight the Beagle Boys with Sora, but this time we fight them all at once instead of one at a time in like in Riku's section. So focus, you got more attack.
Brilliant. Thank you. So, okay.
So now we're just on our way to the dungeon area to rescue Mickey, and on our way we're gonna fight some enemies, and well, there's a forced fight in the dungeon with a bunch of elephants, but if we have pretty much right when it begins.
Nope, not the items. Thank you. Zero droplets, interesting. And zero. Thank you. So yeah. Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, those elephants can be terrifying, but we use a comet to wipe them all out in one attack. For 2, that's enough. Nice.
that we rescued Mickey were going. Front door at least. We want to get to level 13, which
Yeah, 13.
go to the boss, who is so it starts out with fighting the 3 Beagle Boys at once again. This time they have more health.
Yep.
And then once you beat all of them, you go to Pete's Pete part of the fight, where it's just Pete by himself. But he can stun you like Beagle Boys can, and he has a DM or desperation move where he goes behind the set and swings on the lights or whatever, and you can't hit him during it, and it costs a bit of time.
Come on. Thank you. I see my bat as a balloon above his head, so he won't do anything currently. So while he's doing that, he's going to DM. So the best way to place yourself is between these parts, as far as you can behind. So, and the DM will never hit you unless you jump.
Yeah, and like what you did with the Beagle Boys, you have to finish P off with the reality shift of this world where
Okay.
and with P, there's like there's only one picture that has these arrows, and if you do like any other
command, it will fail. So I guess that's the case.
So that's Kanchi the Musketeers done. We get the All for One Keyblade for this, which we will equip for the Symphony of Sorcery world. And All for One just gives us another magic boost.
Really? Come on. Thank you. Okay.
So Sora's Symphony of Sorcery is based on the Pastoral Symphony, and similar to Riku, you have to go around doing the reality shifts for these sound. Actual boss, it's Spellkin, who was the monster that summons those 3 monsters during that Traverse Town 2 fight, so they kind of built up this fight as Spellkin being like a mean antagonist of some sorts. So, Spellkin can be very annoying though. So,
Yep. Right. Last one. Okay. Part 1. Oof. almost done here. I don't know. Okay, never mind. No, yet. True. Balloons are OP. Really OP in this game. 51 is good. Come on, so I'm going to take this last time. I'm going in this. Not needed, not needed, not needed, not needed.
So we're going into Spellkin right now, and the fight starts with a full motion section where you're
True.
kind of in space, and your goal is to just hit them once, but or a rock that you have to jump over, and avoiding these attacks can be somewhat difficult, and sometimes depending on how you land a hit Spellkin, sometimes you can whiff, and your goal is to just get out of that phase as fast as possible.
True. You can only attack him on the straight lines, so hopefully I can one cycle him, otherwise it's back to this.
If you're stuck in the fight for too long, he can send you back.
Ow.
We use Zero Graviga for this fight because Spellkin isn't resistant to it, and we can immobilize him for a short amount of time to do some good balloon run damage, since his movement can be very unpredictable.
True. Nice. What happened there with Spellican? Don't know, but I like this. Oh jeez, that's not good. Certainly not with the little minions. Thank you.
Yeah, Spellkin can summon these little brooms, and you just have to do enough damage on them to bring Spellkin back into the fight.
True.
And when Spellkin teleports up to one of the rocks, and all you have to do is just hit him once, and and you'll break him out of it.
Thank you. Right, counterpoint.
Right, so that's it for the second ring of worlds for both characters. Now we're going to the final world, which is the world that never was. So it's the final world from KH2, and we go in with Sora first because he drops by himself anyways. Like it's like a forced drop.
But first Queen Whistlepfly, the second. Okay, nice. Nope, no one cycle, I guess. Nope, I'm very unlucky now. Okay. This. Come on, thank you.
Even when you're auto-targeting them. So one cycle is the most optimal, obviously, but it's really difficult to get. But so like 2 cycles.
Nope, no 2 cycle, it will be 3 cycle. If this run was bad enough. Look, I got the first pattern on the beast. Thank you. And still gold. Unbelievable.
So if we got A ranks on all the dives up to now, this would be the point where we get dive wing. But since we've gotten a couple silvers, we're not getting dive wing.
True. Really?
Riku, and we're going from there. And this is the most important world to have overcast in. I don't know what the overcast look has been in this run, so. So now we are and in a little bit in this world we're gonna get another Kiraga and a chest, so we're gonna have 2 Kiragas for the final bosses. lot of reality shifts, which is you're just given a lot of lines and you have to use Keyblade pattern, and like the patterns are random. So sometimes you can get all of them in one swipe. The game gives you 3 swipes to get all of them. Otherwise, you have to redo it.
To be honest, the pattern isn't RNG, yeah? At least not for me. So. That link portal is in my way. Terrible.
Yeah, fun fact for all those casual players. If you thought you had to do that portal to get the chest, you don't. You just have to be at an angle to open the chest.
Okay, that's one. That's good. Start off it.
That double plate, which is pretty much a double jump, like a double, and it helps us mainly in young Xehanort.
Yep. Oh, double cost. Oh, nice.
Yay.
Can we get the triple? One way to find out. Yay, triple overcost.
Well, this world is the most important. More for Riku than Sora, because Riku has more bosses to fight. So now we're gonna have Overcast for all 3 of Riku's bosses in this portion, and we're gonna have it for Sora's final boss, and then we're gonna have it for young Xehanort. So that's really good.
Yep. First of all, before I forgot that during the race is a double jump, double flight. Thank you. Maybe high jump. Why not? Safety.
This is all just like some movement before Riku's boss rush in this world.
Mm-hmm. Got something on the head of strong story. Okay, good to know. Okay.
So yeah, in this room, Flomoing up these pipes.
Wish me luck. Starting with anti-blackout.
This fight, he has a lot of variety in his attacks. He can like throw some, I don't know, some dark magic. His worst attack is an attack where he leaves you
At 1 HP.
stunned to the 1 HP if he does anything right after it to kill you. And sometimes he can leave you no time for healing. So it's pretty much an unavoidable death in some cases.
Yep, like this. Or not. I'm lucky. Okay, we got him.
Now we are, this is going to be the first Ansem fight. And this fight's pretty easy. You start fighting in the air, but once you do enough damage to him, you can use a reality shift to bring him to the ground. Sometimes his guardian, or at least at some point in the fight, his guardian is going to come. I didn't know you fought him in the air the whole time.
Yeah, when you the last 2-3 bars is just the easiest way to kill him, but I was unfortunate for the first part. All right.
With no overcast, this is. And pretty much he can throw many attacks at you, orbs, punches, a lot of damage, can kill your spirits really easily. And what we want to do, especially with Overcast, is skip a DM, which we can tell if we get a reality shift, which with Overcast hopefully we do. And
yeah, hopefully.
Okay, there's the reality shift. And the reality shift will leave him stunned for a short period of time before he starts. his DM is he sends you all the way to the back of the arena, and he throws like giant balls at you, and you have to. We're pretty much forced to drop a final boss, which is Zemnis, but before that we have some movement to do. We have to make our way up. A little bit of downtime, nothing really special.
Okay, okay, okay. Still alive.
So the reality shift in Sora's World that never was is pretty. Okay. Okay. Would that be better or worse if you RNG the RNG? It's possible. I think it can be worse or better because RNG and RNG is 2 times RNG. So it can go 2 times good RNG or 2 times bad RNG. So I rather want to 1 RNG. Alright. Alright, so Zemnis begins the fight. And they do a lot of damage to your spirits. So you can Zemnis's attack pattern is pretty First move is probably when he makes a circle of lasers, then that has the possibility of insta-killing you. But with Overcast, we can get a lot of damage in. And at around, I don't know, the halfway mark in his HP bar, he will do his desperation move, which is he's gonna throw more buildings at you, and he's gonna throw you into the air, and you can do a reality shift that we don't activate because doing that will make him like more aggressive.
Nice.
Good fight.
Yep.
Right, so now we're going back to Riku after another 4-stop on Sora. We are done with Sora for the game, and now we're gonna go into the final 2 bosses of the game with Riku. One being Young Xehanort, and Young Xehanort has 2 phases. His first phase is just human form, uses his Keyblade, kind of like whipping you around, trying to, he can teleport around, try to get behind you, do some attacks, hopefully with Overcast and Balloon. First phase is can be pretty quick, and the second phase is the harder phase with him turning into a clock, and you're gonna have to reality shift the clock, otherwise he can reverse time and go back to him being like 2 bars, and you have to do that part of the fight over.
Welcome to Slow City, guys. Oh jeez. I'm dead. That was nice from him. That's really nice. That was just unlucky. Nice.
Dang, now I've never seen that before.
Well, now you've seen that.
You die in a fight, all your commands are reset.
Yep. True. Oh, again. Oh, jeez.
So in the clock phase, young Xehanort sends out a bunch of clones at you and attacks very quick and aggressive. So we get double fight to jump over
I'm
these
dead.
attacks.
I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Can someone give me a time, please? So that I know how much time I still have up or left to try this.
Yeah, I fucked up on the timer, but I mean, you had like 12 minutes.
Still left. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is good to know. Good. Come on. Okay. We're not done yet, huh?
Yeah, that
That's
fight can be stupid whenever it wants. But
Yeah.
we got one more fight left. We have one more dive left.
Yep.
Kind of like a plot thing. We have to collect a certain amount of Soras in this dive, and then we have the final boss of the game.
Yep. If you fail it once, you need to do the entire dive again. It's a repetitive dive also. So if you go through the black circle at the end, because you don't have enough, you need to start again from this point. And the hateful thing is you can't. They are difficult to hit, I find. So take it nice and slowly. If I can hit them. If I can hit them, that is. Oh jeez. More so. Okay, right there. Alright. Armored Ventus Nightmare.
Okay, so this fight, Ventus Nightmare can summon, or not summon, but he can change the layout of the arena to make it turn white, or he can do one of two things in the white room. he can either become like these bubbles, like you just saw, or you can actually be able to hit him in his human form. And pretty much the amount of times he does this white room are random. He can do it 0 to 1 time, or he could do it like 10 times. He moves around the arena a lot, so most of the balloon res don't like to hit him.
Oh, wrong spell. Thank you.
I fixed the timer. I accidentally stopped it.
No worries. I wasn't
It's all
close to
good.
PB, so no worries.
I mean, we could always retime the whole video. I knew when it stopped, so I just had to I just kept timing it off the what it left at. But we're
Okay.
getting close.
We're getting close to the timer. Also.
About 5 minutes to your estimate, anyways.
Yeah, but I mean, game is almost done, so
Yeah. All right. Perfect.
okay.
So when you get Ventus to 1 HP, he takes you to this last minigame where you just kind of mash X and hope you hit him, but he can also hit you, so
Time.
you can actually die doing this.
All right. So I got a kind of unofficial 256.11.
Oh, no worries. I'm glad it's over, finally. Jeez Louise.
I mean, you were playing it pretty safe.
I was playing it pretty safe indeed.
Well, that run went pretty well, honestly, and it was nice to kind of sit back. So I think you guys did a pretty good job.
Thanks. But still. It was terrible. Okay. Well, I'm going offline, guys. So, everyone,
Alright.
thanks for watching, and yeah, good luck with the marathon further. So, okay, I'm going to. Can I quit stream or not? Not yet.
Alright, so that was Kingdom Hearts. We're gonna get set up for Castlevania Lords of Shadow. New game plus full power mode. And you know what, it's gonna be a pretty interesting run, I'll tell you that right now. There's a lot of interesting glitches, skips, and stuff like that, so looking forward to it. Anyways, briefly run some intermissions and we'll be right back as well. So hang in there, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll be back with some Castlevania vlog.